It's now time to announce our starting lineup. First for the visiting Chandler Wolves. Number 1, Jasminda Garcia.
Welcome to tonight's matchup. It's the Basha Bears against the Chandler Wolves. Tonight, the Chandler Wolves will be starting number 1, Jasminda Garcia, number 5, Markayla Shirley, number 14, Aviri Melleberg, number 22, Camille Young, and number 23, Karis Hurd. Tonight, no Ava Hunsberger, no Timothy Seal, no Nico Chavez, just Jaden Ricken here tonight. So bear with us. We are on a short staff tonight, but we're still here to bring you the best show possible. It's going to be a good one, folks. Both of these teams are very similar in the rankings. It's going to be a great matchup. Over on the other side of the court, though, for the Bears, for the starting lineup tonight, we have number 10, Grace Beckler, number 11, Audrey O'Connor, number 22, Tarias Joy Coleman, otherwise known as TJ Coleman, and number 24, Rose Bosch.
And your head coach is Shanika Bright.
The Bears tonight are head coached by Shaniqua Bright, while the Chandler Wolves are head coached by Amy Andrews. Currently, the Basha Bears are ranked 89th in the state, while the Chandler Wolves are ranked 47th. The Bears have one game less than the Chandler Wolves played right now. The Bears are 10-11, while the Chandler Wolves are 11-9. As we get this matchup underway, you may also see that the girls for Basha tonight are sporting the pink breast cancer awareness uniforms. These uniforms tonight are to show support for breast cancer and also Basha's pride as a community. Tip-off's underway to TJ. Shot is up and banked in by Grace Beckler. A quick score there for Basha.
Number 1, Jasminda Garcia. First personal, first team.
That's also going to send Beckler to the line. Potentially a three-point play for Basha's first possession. And it's good. So far this season, Beckler has been averaging 17 points a game, the highest score on Basha. A bad pass there from Chandler is picked off by TJ as she's going to pull up. Off the glass as it's rebounded by Chandler. Karis Hud there, lost control of the ball going out of bounds. Wolves now pressing Chandler as the inbound was stolen there by Markayla Shirley and then taken back by Audrey O'Connor. In trouble, dishes it out to TJ. And a slightly overthrown pass picked off by Garcia. Garcia on the finish. No good. Here comes O'Connor now. Over to the star, Beckler. And her three-pointer is good. Green bean, the score is 6-0. Bears in the lead. And with the Bear Den having momentum for Basha, the Chandler Wolves are going to have to take their first time out of the night. It's been a very great start for the Basha Bears here tonight. Very little into the game right now, but they're still up 6-0. Right now, the adjustments that head coach Bryce is going to be making for the Bears is watching the passes. They've made a lot of overthrown passes or stolen passes. Right now, it's going to be making smart, calculated passes, while Chandler needs to get their offense going. We haven't seen much of them down near the hoop at all tonight. Passing it around the arc. Shirley drives in and a pass to Garcia, who finds wide open Melberg for three. No good. Beckler's trapped, and it is stolen. Chandler up on the scoreboard tonight. Hurd with her first shot and the only score for Chandler. TJ with a quick pass to Beckler. Beckler loses control. They fall on the ground for it, though. The Wolves come up with it. And the off-the-glass layup is good by Melberg. Chandler finally adding some tallies to the chalkboard. As we just mentioned, Basha has another botched pass that goes out of bounds and gives Chandler great possession down underneath the hoop. Quick inbound pass to Avery Melberg as her three-pointer spins around and pops out. Here comes O'Connor. The quick move down the lane. Doesn't get the finish, but does get the foul.
Foul number 1, Jasmine Garcia. Second personal, second team. At the line for 2 shots, Audrey O'Connor.
This is O'Connor's first time at the foul line tonight, looking to put the Bears up by double here. The first shot straight through the nylon. So far this season, O'Connor has been averaging 7.5 points a game. She's also been 36% from the field goal. Shirley from downtown pops out there. And a nice save from Jayla Freeman. Unfortunately, it was turned over. Pulling up. High shot there from Rose Bosch.
Jump ball. Ball.
Rose Bosch is a 5'7" senior for Basha, sophomore, excuse me. Step back, the bank. The shot is good by Freeman. Freeman right now coming off the bench but playing better than any of the Chandler starters. See head coach there, Amy Andrews for Chandler, trying to communicate with her players there on the inbound. Checking it in for Basha is Hunter. Excuse me, Bosch. For any avid fans of the Basha girls basketball tonight, there are some number changes along with the pink jerseys. So if you're not seeing your favorite number out there, chances are they're still out there, just with a different number tonight. Bosch, shot is no good. She does get the foul. So far this game, Basha has done a really great job of controlling the foul game. They haven't made every shot, but they're at least getting the foul, which sends them to the line, or they get an inbound pass like that over to O'Connor. And another foul. Like we just said, that one's going to send her to the line. And if Basha has to win by playing scrappy like that, they are fine doing it.
At the line for 2, Audrey O'Connor.
Her first shot is up and good. O'Connor looking to break into the double digits here for Basha. second shot, no good. Rebounded by Chandler. The bounce pass over to Shirley, doesn't get the shot, then makes the second one. TJ now on the break, pull-up shot, no good. A lot of sloppy passes coming from both sides of the ball so far. As TJ from the same spot misses again. Now having to get back on transition, wasn't able to get there in time, instead ends up fouling Avery Melberg. Statistics-wise, she is Chandler's best player, averaging 12.2 points per game. She's a 5'9" sophomore for the Wolves.
At the line for two, Avery Melberg.
That's her third point for tonight. And the score is now tied 9-9. And she drains both of them straight through the nylon. That's Chandler's first lead of the night. The Wolves continue to play full court press here. A nice block there from Freeman that turns it over. She's clapping it up. Gotta feel good about that play there. Three-pointer from downtown. Green Bean give Melberg another three there. That's 7 for her for now. What a great shot there from Melberg, able to get open and create separation. She's not a low-key player either, so Basha knows that they have to be guarding her, so for her to still be that wide open is really impressive to see. For Basha, though, right now, it is the missed passes that is killing them right there. The ball was chucked into the wall. Shirley gets it back to Freeman. Her shot was too high there, but it's rebounded by Hunter, who's in a fight for the ball.
Jump ball.
Jump ball called as Hunter was down with Hurd on the ground. The vicious fight ends up resulting with Basha's possession here. Currently, only Grace Beckler and Audrey O'Connor have any points tonight. Basha looking to diversify the scoreboard here. 24 gets the foul. That was Rose Bosch. Not looking great for Basha after that. They were looking to get a defensive call. Instead, it happens on Basha. And now, being down by a 4-point deficit, it's not looking great. Spin move. She gets stuffed though, but from the corner, Melberg couldn't pull it together. And Basha struggling to box out the Wolves. 2 guards, Hurd and Hunter. Right now, those girls have been dominating the low post, blocking out any chance of Basha getting a rebound. Something else that they can improve on, though, as Melberg takes a third three, no good again. Freeman's putback doesn't bounce in, but it will send her 4-2.
At the line for two, Jayla Freeman.
And a perfectly spun ball. Couldn't even hear the sound of the net there. That's her third point of the night.
Rose Bosch.
Freeman's been averaging 7.1 points a game so far, and she is already surpassed that. Excuse me, she will surpass that.
Karina Hunter.
Nice steal there from her. Double dribble called though.
Basketball.
She's upset by that, but that won't deter her.
Checking in for Chandler. Elizabeth Seaton.
Trapped at the logo. Pass is tipped once again. That was intended for TJ. Instead received by the women on Chandler, and Freeman gets a nice pass into the glass there.
Foul number 13, Jayla Freeman. First personal, team's fifth.
Freeman there getting a foul. That's her first personal of the night, and it will send TJ to the line for potentially her first point of the night. Second shot is no good, and as we reflect on the end of this first frame, something that can definitely be taken away is Chandler is executing everything better on all cylinders. An interesting pass there, though, from Avery Melberg, the sophomore. A little error with the clock there, as all of the players seem confused. Here comes Colorado. And Basha's offense is trapped once again. Nowhere to go, no shots to take. And an absolutely great finish there from Shirley. She put it in the basket with ease. 15 seconds left in the first period. Basha's got to get one more score, and they draw a foul. Michaela Quinney will be taken to the line now.
First personal in the bonus. At the line for two.
She has 0 points right now, and will put up the Bears 10-20. The second shot, she could cut Chandler's lead from in half to slightly less. She will not, though. And now Chandler, with enough time on the clock, is going to be able to take one more. Wide in the corner is Freeman. Her three-pointer overshot there as TJ gets it. And the Bears really using everything they've got as another three-pointer was thrown up by Bosch. Reflecting on the first quarter, I think for both teams, they definitely need to get the passing game in order. I think we've seen a lot of passes that have gone over the heads of other players. They've been tipped, they've been blocked. Some of them have just been flat out inaccurate. I think that's something both coaches definitely are going to talk about, is communicating and making smart passes. Something else for the Bears in particular is getting different players going. Right now they're in a bit of a cold streak. Only 3 Basha players have scored so far in the first period, and with a starting 5 and bench players in the game, you definitely want to see more variety within the people scoring. Chandler, though, they've had plenty of variety right now with scores. Shirley's had 2 so far. Freeman's had 5, looking to break her 7, like I said earlier. Melberg has had 7 already, and then Hunter got 4. Hurd and Hunter down there in the paint for Chandler has been a very tough duo for the Bears to break. But right now, I think the main thing for the Bears is getting their offense going. And it was interesting as well when the Bears were up 8-4, they had double Chandler's lead, but now they're down by 10 going into the second quarter. Hopefully they can turn it around tonight. Basha right now is 1-3 in their section. Losing this game would drop them to 1-4 and bring the Chandler girls up to 1-3. The pump fake there, the pass, great teamwork, which resulted in Seaton getting another shot off tonight. That's her first. Bad pass there from Basha as Freeman's wide open for the cherry pick finish. It's good. That puts her up to 7. So now O'Connor has it, dribbling around, finally hands it off to Colorado. And another tip pass to Freeman. Freeman on TJ though, she's got Hunter. Hunter right in front of the rack though, couldn't get it high enough. And they're gonna take a 3-pointer here. Bosch couldn't get it to go in.
Out of bounds, Basha, Chandler ball. Checking in for Basha, Maya Walker.
Basha making some substitutions there as now we have in the game Coleman, Beckler, O'Connor. Down on the baseline, her floater's great. 10-26, and Chandler's lead continues to pile up. The double team there at half court with nobody to pass to. Steps out of bounds. But a foul is called.
First personal, teams first.
Catch and shoot. Able to get the rebound though. Doesn't end up going anywhere there for O'Connor. She still only has 3 on the night so far. And now Freeman taking control of the game right now. She's absolutely on fire. Step back shot. Came up short there though. It looked like there could have been a foul, so not entirely on her. Finally passing it to their star, Beckler. She gets the foul. We haven't seen much of her tonight, given the fact that she is Basha's top scorer.
First personal, teams first.
Somebody else the Bears are missing tonight right now, though, is Riley Sword. She is a junior for the Bears. She's been injured and out. She's a great player, and it's very unfortunate the Bears don't have her in this tough matchup against Chandler. And Freeman saucing all over the Bears, weaving in and out. Makes a nice shot, then immediately gets back on defense for the press, and Basha is scrambling for answers here. They've had 1 point so far this quarter, and within the past few minutes of the last quarter, they had 0. So it has not been any offensive movement from the Bears at all. The Wolves, though, doing everything perfectly right now. They've corrected on some of their passing errors, and they are just tearing up the court. Coleman now. Freeman on her. Coleman passes to the corner to O'Connor. Back to Coleman. Finally gets a foul called. Coleman's back at the line now. And the free throw is good. That cuts the lead down to a very close 28-11. Still a 17-point game. Potentially getting it down to 16 here. Coleman will not. As now the Bears have to get back on transition. They kind of got lucked out there as Garcia was wide open behind all of the Bears, but an overthrown pass saves them. Beckler working her way down.
Shooting foul number 23, Karis Hurd. Team's fifth. Team's fourth. At the line for two, Grace Beckler.
Free throw is a little short there, bounces off of the rim.
Basha, Rose Bosch.
Now Bosch comes back into the game. And you know, if we had Nico Chavez here tonight, co-host of our Bashburn Network basketball streams, I'm sure we would be having a conversation about some of the shoes out there tonight. So in honor of Nico, I think it's only right. I see some great shoes out there. Number 4 for Basha, Colorado is sporting some bright purple kicks. Excuse me, gray kicks. Not sure what colors I'm looking at there, but Colorado's kicks are very clean. They're very agile, very aggressive almost. And I also like the versatility of Coleman's shoes. They fit the pink theme perfectly. They look very good there. Something that doesn't look so good is Basha right now, but they're getting back into the game there. Down by 16 with 4 minutes left in the first half. Nico would probably be telling me, man, Jaden, you know, that's a great shoe. And then I'd be like, yeah, it is, Nico. But he's not here, like I said. So that's our little tribute to him for tonight as we turn back to the game. Hurd coming up the court right now. You don't see her taking it up the court often, as a pull-up three is drained from Lexi Neal. Catch and shoot there. Draws the foul there. We've seen a lot of fouls that Bosch has drawn tonight so far, but we haven't seen her do much to convert off of the fouls.
Third personal.
Jayla Freeman, though, the freshman power forward for Chandler. Once again, that is a freshman. Has just absolutely dominated this entire game. She's boosted her entire team up. Very smart, very aggressive with the ball. Once again, for being a freshman, her knowledge and her just ability to make smart plays and make tough shots has been unmatched by anybody else on the court so far tonight. As now she comes down the court, makes a move, gets a foul. That one's on Colorado.
First personal, team's first.
That's her first personal of the night. Once again, there's just been very little offense from Basha. This second period, they've only had 3 points compared to Chandler's 11. As Freeman, her shot almost looked like it bounced off of the double rim there if there was one. Colorado attempts to respond with a 3 of her own. Has similar problems. Interesting play there from Chandler. Just stopped with the ball, went up to shoot it, and then it just kind of went
Basketball.
through the air.
Checking in for Basha, Audrey O'Connor.
Coleman from deep. She has especially struggled from the three-point line tonight.
Chandler ball.
Unlike Coleman, to say the least.
Checking in for Basha, Grace Beckler.
A nice tip there from Basha. Colorado able to get her fingertips on it. Now Shirley will receive the inbound. Hurd, the three. Too far to her left there. Basha in the deli freezer right now. They are so cold from any spot from the shots. Nothing can go in for them. Nothing is working. And it doesn't seem substitutions have helped the Bears too much either, as they have tried several combinations and still can't seem to get anything to work. So again, they've only had 3 points this quarter. Walks it up the court and then takes a shot. No good, but dominating the lower post. Hurd gets the putback. Using her size to her advantage there. She just boxes out any defenders. And there goes Hurd again, who gets it over to Melberg. Was a little bit too powerful of a ball thrown for Melberg to get to in time.
Checking in for Chandler, Jasminda Garcia.
Running some trap defense here, and an air ball from Colorado. I think this halftime will be critical for Basha's success in the second half if they have any hope of wanting to get back into it. They need a break. They need to just regroup because they're in one of the longest shooting slumps I've ever seen. So now Melberg gets it, can't get it to go in, and it's a back and forth game here now as Colorado takes it down. Coleman now trying to work her magic. No foul called, and the ball will go out of bounds. Tipped by Chandler, will remain the Bears' ball. O'Connor comes back into the game here on the inbound. Potentially expect the pass to go to her here. For Chandler, they also make a switch. Hurd comes out of the game in replacement for Camille Young. They got it to Colorado, who then tries to get it back to the inbounder, Bosch. Once again, a sloppy pass made. A good steal there from Garcia. She wasn't able to get it put in there, but a nice steal that she read perfectly down on the other side of the court. For Basha right now, when Chandler is overcommitting on some of these passes to try and get a steal, the smart thing to do would be to pump fake a pass, then cut yourself, or pump fake a pass and make a cut. Right now, we're not seeing a lot of motion from the girls on Basha's side, a lot of static play. And I think if they tried to move around more, especially on offense here, we would see something better for them, something that actually start to work. You can see a lot of movement for Chandler. But Melberg, though, wasn't paying enough attention as she was attempting to throw the Shirley. Instead throws to the non-existent student fan section. Colorado's gonna take it for herself. Too high of a shot though to go in. Is now getting back on transition. Wide open for three. Melberg couldn't knock it down. Neither could Young there. Basha has an advantage here, and the pull-up shot, no good from Beckler. Chandler is also beating Basha consistently on the transitions, getting back way faster. And right there was a great example of it as as Seton was able to get her second shot of the night up. And that will end the first half of play for the Bears against the Chandler Wolves. And right now, the Bears are desperate for something to change. It is 12-35, and their offense has struggled, scoring only 3 in the second quarter. Interesting to see how they're going to make a comeback in the second half. We'll see you in 10 minutes. as we welcome you back to this second half of our Basha Bear Network special for the girls basketball. I'd like to talk a little bit about what happened during halftime. I had a chance to speak with Basha head coach Bright, and I talked to her mainly about what Basha was doing to get started on offense again, to get something going. And as we can see there, it's working. She said they really want to start working the ball around, and she talked about movement, passing the ball. As Colorado gets a shot up, that's 66% of what they scored in the second quarter, so already doing excellent coming into the third quarter. Basha finally starting to cook with gas. The second thing we talked about was Freeman right there. You can see Freeman has been an unstoppable force for the Wolves. And I kind of asked her, well, what type of immovable object are you going to use to meet this unstoppable force? And she said, well, we're going to figure something out, but that she's a great player, and we're going to continue working our defense and trying to put the right puzzle pieces in the right spot. Just to kind of figuring things out, trying to move, be very fluid with their game plan. But for the offense, they are definitely working, passing the ball more, taking more shots, being more aggressive. See some aggressiveness there as Basha works the paint. Freeman, the dish, the shot is good there though from Melberg. A screen there from Beckler, doesn't end up getting Coleman any more room though. As Coleman tries to make a pass and it just doesn't go where she wanted to. And now Freeman, hustling down on transition, is able to get the ball over to Hurd. It's a great job there using her speed to her advantage. And a Coleman shot is blocked into the hands of Beckler. And Basha gets a foul there. Slowly starting to overcome this humongous deficit that the Bears are experiencing right now. Rose Bosch back at the line. For her, she's definitely going to be looking to make some more free throws this half. She missed a bunch in the previous two quarters, and this is a makeup for her. And the first one goes in. See everybody getting excited for her there. Basha's second shot is good as well, and the Bears finally on the hunt again. They have now had 4 points within the first, basically 2 minutes of play here, already having more than they had in the entire second quarter, after they were completely shut out by the Wolves, aside for 3 points. Now Chandler, though, with the great passes, just trying to catch the Basha defense off guard. Coleman here, though, has the advantage. Basha has more players down on the other side of the court. And Colorado's shot just can't seem to fall in. Good hustle there from Grace Beckler to get back on defense. Freeman at the top of the arc, passes it out to Melberg, who is on fire right now. That's another three-pointer for her. She's the Steph Curry of the Chandler Wolves right now. Very hard for her to miss. That's something that's very easy for the Bears to miss was another pass there. It's just, I think for them is really thinking through the passes, right? It's hard to think in basketball. It's a fast-paced moving game, and that's what separates the mediocre from the great. Being able to think while still moving. Right there, the Bears have to think, okay, well, if I throw this pass, will she stop? Will she get there in time? It's very quick calculations you have to do. Right there. Freeman didn't think through a pass enough, and it gets turned over to the Bears, who also don't think through their pass enough, and it gets thrown out. Melberg took it up the court there. Her and Freeman have been the dominant forces for either side of the court tonight, as the pump fake by Melberg driving through traffic and powers through for the finish. And an interception is thrown there, picked off by Garcia, who gets it over to Freeman, gets the basket. That was a nice shot from Freeman, and now Basha is calling a timeout as they can feel the tides turning here at the Bear Den on this Tuesday night.
There'll be a full timeout.
Well, during this timeout, I'd like to share with you, the viewers, a little fun fact. Me and number 22, TJ Coleman, actually used to play basketball together. We played rec basketball together back when we were both a little younger, and we played on the same team, and we used to win some championships back then. Let me tell you, when I used to be back in shape, our team was an unstoppable force. So I'm excited to see how Coleman's going to play for the rest of the game, because, you know, it's always nice to see a previous teammate succeed. So we're rooting for you, Coleman, and the rest of your Bears. You guys have got this. You might be down by a lot now, but there's nothing you guys can't do out there. Beckler will be inbounding the ball here in her neon yellow shoes. I'm not a big fan of the neon yellow. That's just my personal preference, so I think it clashes a lot with the pink. And then Nico would probably agree with me, but anyways. Melberg now gets to the Freeman, who's going to drive, makes a pass from the same spot as before, but with a different person. Hunter makes another shot where Freeman made hers beforehand. Basha getting bundled up there down in the corner. Beckler's going to take it for herself.
Foul on the floor on number 13, Jayla Freeman. Second team.
Is able to secure the foul as well, but they don't give her the and one. Gonna have to pass it in here and hope to recreate that shot. TJ's open. Her shot, though, came up short. Great rebound there by Bosch. Kicks it out to O'Connor. O'Connor wants to take one for herself. Oh. And Freeman takes a big hit there, coming out of that mess that happened underneath the hoop. Just trying to shake it off.
Checking in for Basha. Ali Green. Checking in for Chandler. Michaela Shrindy.
Basha making some substitutions here as they started off with a little spark, but that flame has slowly dwindled. Melberg faking the pass, gets it out of her girl who works the paint and gets the foul. For Basha there, they have to be ready to expect that at this point. Chandler is just getting foul after foul. You got to keep your hands up and not make direct contact with the shooter. Young now at the line. As the Bears seem stuck in the teens right now, Chandler continues marching on to the 50-point margin. And that will put them up to 47, only one shot away now from 50. As Coleman gets a screen from Beckler, picks up her dribble though. And then Beckler loses the dribble herself once she gets it again. Ooh, a nice behind the back pass there. Young. And another overthrown pass from Shirley. It will remain Chandler's ball here. Basha down 31 right now as Melberg makes it 34 with the and one. Green beam from downtown. Sharp shooting like she's in an old Western right now. Melberg is unstoppable from that exact spot over there on that side of the court. And she gets the and one as well. And now Chandler is into the 50-point range. Just brutal for the Bears' morale right now as they are going to have to get so many points to come back. Right now the Bears have only had 4 points in the third quarter. Right now it's very reminiscent of the second quarter. But with 2:30 left, there's still time for the girls to turn it around.
Checking in for Basha, number 24, Rose Bosch.
Colorado throws it back court to O'Connor. O'Connor has nowhere to go, has to pass it back now. And Colorado's shot will get blocked.
Basketball.
The rip results in a foul.
Foul number 1, Jasmine Garcia.
Coach right there really visually communicating with her players what they want on this inbound play. They're spread out right now. 2 at the low post, 2 out in the corners. Got to make a pass quick here. And it was intended for Beckler, tipped out by Chandler, and will remain Basha's ball. Interesting to see if they run the same inbound play here or not. This time they're going to run stack. Struggling to find anybody open, turns it over to Melberg. Melberg's 12.2 points per game has been far surpassed tonight.
3 points, Swinley.
As Chandler drains another 3 from downtown. Currently, Chandler is excellent from the 3-point range, while Basha is struggling to get 3 points a quarter. A very drastic difference between the two teams. And as we move into the fourth quarter, we may see that a lot of the Basha players might start to play with a little less intensity, knowing that the score is so hard to overcome. And the referees here making sure they're in the right position so they can make the right call. So Connor's free throw swivels out.
Checking in for Basha, Michaela Quinney.
Her second follows the same pattern. A bad pass from Chandler turns into an easy turnover for Basha. And vice versa. Bang! Give her 3 for Bosch there. Stop, pop, and hit. Some action finally from Basha offensively as they're up to 7 this quarter. And not boxing out there or getting rebounds. Basha lets another one slip through their fingers. Somehow manages to get it back though in the end. TJ Coleman will be coming back into the game shortly. Once again, though, we haven't seen much of her tonight for the Basha girls either. As now O'Connor goes straight down the middle. gets the foul. Though one has to pose the question,
Foul number 20,
if you're
Elizabeth
Chandler, getting these fouls right here doesn't matter as much when this game right now, excuse me, when O'Connor hasn't been able to make the free throw so far. She's really struggled from the foul line. Chandler might be more hesitant to foul her. Proves me wrong there, though, as she drains the first one. Cuts the lead down to 34, which is almost double what Basha currently has. Excuse me, that is, yeah. And another three-pointer for Chandler. Salt in the wound for Basha. As Coleman attempts to make a powerful pass, it pays off though, as Quinny's able to get the and one there.
Foul number 20, Elizabeth Seaton, into the penalty. At the line for the and one, Michaela Quinney.
Trying to turn on the afterburners here. Quinney gets 3 on the play in total. Now it's a 33-point game. It would take a miracle for Basha to come back in this fourth period. From deep again. Rebounded.
Out of bounds, Chandler ball.
With not even enough time to get a shot up left here in the third. We're gonna see what Chandler can do here. And a buzzer beater from deep. Good attempt there. Fortunately, still won't go in for her. End of the third quarter, we're looking at 23-56, and it has just been a lot of the same stuff we've seen from the Bears. Very hard offensive struggles paired with bad transitions has made this game be out of control right now. They are struggling to stay in a reasonable game right now. Hopefully, though, the Bears can pull off a miracle and overcome this 33-point deficit in the fourth quarter. Once again, in terms of the bigger picture for this game right now, in the section, Chandler Wolves are 0-3 while the Bears are 1-3. If the Bears lose this game, that would drop them to 1-4 and the Bears to 1-3. This would shift their positions in the playoffs. So to say that this game has weight would be putting it lightly. Don't know if you folks caught that, but the officials here tonight playing along with the kids, passing the ball back and forth with them. Love to see that. You know, we love officials, and that's some great character and some great class there from the officials tonight, connecting with their community. Beckler just doinks it off of the rim, but it will remain the Bears' ball. Coleman, Beckler, the dynamic duo for the Bears, finally pulls together two. And Freeman is trapped, though. She's able to somehow stay on her feet and find the wide open Hurd, who can't get the shot in. And a foul called there that the fans here in the Bear Den are not so happy about.
Personal foul on number 10, Grace Beckler, team's first. At the line for 2,
That's
Taylor Freeman.
Grace Beckler's first personal. Freeman, she's got a bit of an interesting shot there. Kind of twists her hand in an interesting way off to the side a little bit, but it doesn't seem to affect her ability to make any shots, so just adds more character to her as she gets both to go down. And Coleman throws a bad pass there, followed up by Garcia with the bad pass. Kind of a trend tonight. One team will make a bad pass and then the other team decides, hey, you know what, we're gonna join you in that, and they also make a bad pass. So interesting to see that continuously, but I digress. And with 2 guys on her, Beckler gets around the girls, throws up her shot. Now the deficit is 31. It's a fight for the ball. The referees are going to call a travel on Chandler. It's going to be the Bears' ball. The inbound's up, and it's off the feet of the Bears. The travel essentially meant nothing there as Basha's inbound play instantly turned it over to the Wolves.
Okay, 30-second timeout.
And now Chandler takes a timeout. Probably worried that their 31-point lead will collapse in 5 minutes. And for the Bears, I think this will be a learning experience for them, a growing moment. And I think in practice, they're definitely going to have to practice the passes, the fundamentals. I think that's something that's very easily fixable for the girls right now. And, you know, not every pass is going to be a great pass. You're going to have steals, you're going to have a bad pass, but I think we've just seen so many passes that are just inaccurate or thrown when there's a defender right in front of somebody that's something that is easily going to help get the Bears more points. Same thing there. Wide open shots have to be made as O'Connor misses hers. And then Garcia responds with one of her own. Stop, catch, and pop as she lets hers fly for a shot. And now Coleman showing her athletic ability there, driving in and getting a shot in. An interesting whistle there as nothing really seemingly called. And then in the corner, Shirley Shy ends up getting rebounded by Beckler. Using those moves, Coleman tries to get down in there, but her shot was her Achilles heel there as it just was not enough power to get up to the hoop. Wide open is Hurd from 3.
Checking in from Basha, Aliana Gallardo and Addison Francisco.
Chandler losing control, but Freeman's not about that as she rips the ball out of O'Connor's hands and says, hey, you know what? I'm going to score for myself here. Score is now 62-29. And it is official that the Chandler Wolves have double the Bears' points right now. This will be a brutal loss for the Bears. Sometimes, though, you just have off days. Things don't click. I was at the girls' practice yesterday, kind of setting up for today, and I got a chance to look at their drills and their teamwork, and I think that the girls really work together. They bond. They have a strong friendship, and unfortunately for O'Connor there, one of her shots that she finally makes doesn't count. But getting back to that, I think these girls have a friendship and a team chemistry that will persevere and will only make them better from here, right? One game at a time, one team at a time, one play at a time, one shot at a time. It's going to be a learning experience for all of them. Freeman, an interesting pass there, an interesting handoff for TJ though, as she finds Beckler through a connection to Bosch.
Foul number 13, Jayla Freeman. Team's first.
Nice to see a Bosch out here after Torin Bosch graduated last year. We haven't had a Bosch family member on the Basha Bear Network in a while, so nice to see some other Bosch members playing some hoops. Beckler gets the first.
Check it in for Basha. Brooklyn Douglas.
Beckler here, though, looking to get Basha into the 30 range. Neon kicks go up, ball goes down. The Bears are finally in the 30 range, now down 32 points with a minute 30 left. And the Wolves get an and one with Hurd there. Showing even in the final moments, Basha's tendency to foul has not gone away.
Personal foul number 10, Grace Beckler.
That one was on Beckler.
At the line for one, Camille Young, Karis Hurd.
Take this moment to give a brief thank you to the Basha Bear Network's broadcast team on a somewhat impromptu game tonight. So thank you to our producer, Charlie Murphy. Thank you to our camera operators, Jaden Luskowski, Jackson Hennessy. Thank you to our graphics manager tonight, Skylar Meister. Thank you to our teacher here at the Basha Bear Network, Glenda Skalitsky. We wouldn't be here without you. And thank you to girls basketball for being so helpful with everything and, trying their best to put on a performance for us tonight. I hope you guys all still could take something away at home from this game. I think a lot of the players will, and one thing that we can take away is Basha's community aspect. That's something I've seen so much of here tonight. The girls, one, showing their support for breast cancer, and the entire Bear Den has pink balloons around and pink bow ties when you walk in. There's signs and there's things you can donate to. You can also see all the girls really enjoy playing with each other and have a great friendship. I've seen the referees, playing with kids, and I think there's just a great sense of community here tonight. Win or loss, I think everybody can walk away with something positive. In terms of the game, though, that's where it gets a lot more negative, with Basha just repeatedly struggling on offense, struggling on defense, struggling on transitions, struggling on passes. A lot of struggle tonight. For Chandler, though, Jayla Freeman has been on fire. Reminds me of Mason McGee for Basha boys basketball. Just an insanely intelligent basketball player who has a lot of potential in their next 3-4 years of high school. For any viewers who are, not accustomed to us doing a women's basketball game, well, don't worry, because men's basketball will be back next Tuesday night, a week from today, for the Perry Pumas game here. That will be at Basha, live streamed on the same exact channel at 7 o'clock. You guys aren't going to want to miss it. It's one of the best games of the year, one of the biggest rivalries in Arizona. It's a sight to see, and the Bear Den usually gets sold out for that game. So if you are thinking about coming, but you're kind of worried, well, don't worry, just stay at home, watch through us. We're going to give you guys a great experience, a great opportunity to watch, and it's going to be a great game. Once again, that's next Tuesday at 7 p.m. The Perry Pumas travel down Val Vista Road over to us here at Basha as the final score for the girls concludes here with Basha being down by 30 points. An interesting game for the girls as they're going to have a lot to take away from this. And once again, thank you for tuning into the Basha Bear Network. I'm Jaden Ricken, without Nico Chavez or Ava Hunsberger tonight, but they'll be back next week. I'll catch you then.